On the team with Tim was just like a privilege to have those experiences. We all moved to Santa Cruz. Richard Kirby and Darren Navarrete, Chet Childress, Creature guys, and those are good memories.
Of course, I tried to get Jason and Sean Mandoli, and my whole thing was like, I want to get all these guys over here on reel, so we're all on the same deal, but that didn't happen.
Indy team, for a long time, Tim was all about, indies for life, so.
The first era of the half cab, he was definitely riding Vans.
Vans was a tremendous sponsor to him and really supported him. I think, from what I know as an outsider, I think he and Steve Van Doren were pretty close. And even, after the transition of when he went to Etnies.
I mean, I think he got on Etnies around the time that Etnies had that real strong growth period in 93, 94.
Worked with Phil Sheo and Chris Sand, Dan Verhobel, that whole crew. And Tim obviously stood out. His skateboarding was just so amazing that he became a part of the kind of the NorCal crew. He really appreciated everything that we did for him, as much as obviously we appreciate everything that he did for us. And it was a really good relationship. There was so much loyalty with him, and he would go out and represent 110% and just be so professional in everything he did, you know what I mean? And it was so refreshing. But these postcards are a couple of the cards that he had actually sent me on the road.
He was like the perfect sponsor's dream as far as, being real and authentic and having a real pride. So it wasn't forced when he'd talk about his brands to kids.
It wasn't like he was a team rider, you know what I mean, and we were a sponsor or anything. It was just like we were just one big family. When you were a friend with him, it was a true friendship.
More of Joel just saying, look, these are two friends. They're friends of mine, from sessions. Let's capture that energy.
Joel really came to us and said, hey, you guys are young, you guys are talented, I'm in business, and we were thinking, oh, we're buddies and we got this opportunity. Joel's motivation was to help Tim and I set ourselves up in business so that when we were done skating or we decided we didn't want to, compete or whatever, that we would have something to fall back on. Tim and I worked with Keith Meek very closely to, develop graphics. We drew our own graphics, and contributed, and then we were involved on the design level with the whole cut and sew process. And then on a promotions level, Tim and I would always go to trade shows together, Surf Expo, ASR, Japan, Europe. We were going to all the shows together and, skating and competing. And I would describe being on a team with him as awesome. I mean, we just had a great time. And Tim came up with the graphic, I guess, icon that's indicative of Tim's nature, freedom, bird flying. That says a lot about his attitude about life. One of the things that was really awesome about ST was that he and I got to spend a lot of time together because we would travel a lot. Sessions was like the active mail order or ride shop of like the 80s, especially in San Jose.
The first time that someone had started a skate shop that was skater-owned, skater-friendly, someone I knew back in the day from skateboarding.
Guys like Chris Miller, Cab, all the top dudes were sponsored by Sessions. They were on the Sessions team. We were all drawn to Sessions. It's a cool skate shop, and it's just on the cutting edge of skateboarding. We used to just go there to get a Sessions sticker, to put it on our board so our board could look like, Cab's board or Miller's board. That's really how I think we met Joel originally. It's funny, growing up, it's almost like we were close and then we would get hooked up with these sponsors and they would take us in these different directions. I honestly think Tim took it a little more seriously than I did. He took more of a leadership role.
There's so much potential, so much goodwill, great ambassador for skateboarding, just the kind of guy you want out there representing your brand and representing skateboarding in general.
What up, America? Australia, chilling with Tim, Surfers Paradise. Wish you could be here, but you can't.
Thank you, Etnies.
Thanks, Etnies.
Thanks, Etnies.